all of the times, God is your third party. He is the one who would continue to consolidate your marriage. So, that is why your theme song is? Yeah, it takes 3 to make 2 1. Yeah, it takes 3 to make 2 1. So let that be your theme song. Now, I will not deal on your theme text because your texts say that here. For this reason, I also have been much hindered from coming to you. Got it? Because you were far. And the very good text is found in verse 29, which says, "But I know that when I come to you, I shall come in the fullness of the blessing of Jesus Christ." This day is now the fulfillment of this text. So I would like you to remember this, that from henceforth, when you have come together, you have brought the fullness of God's blessing to you, that you will never, ever part again. The 5 important points in your life. Okay, let the congregation answer for them. First, I told you to listen, right? What was the first point? Malingon Falls. Second, Under the Pines. Third, number 4, webcam. Number 5. Number 6, under the... And what is your role, responsibility, joy, privilege each day? Make your spouse experience God through you every day. How? What will you do? You hold. Second, walk. Then, okay. And He is a God of and forgiveness. You almost perfect the quiz. I am glad because you are both magna cum laudes. But at this time, I believe with God's blessing that in marriage, you will be summa cum laudes.
Langga, just like what Dad said, today you were merely an acquaintance back then in college. And I even remembered how I told my roommate that I'll never get along with you because when we were in college, you were typically silent, and I'm the exact opposite. But on August 8, 2008, God has led our paths to cross when we were tasked to purchase the foods for our class potluck. I could vividly recall that we were on the top load because the truck was overloaded, and it was quite an uncomfortable trip. Yet unknowingly, what has seemed to be a bumpy trip has turned out to be the commencement of a very wonderful and exciting love story to forever. But 5 years later, you were very driven to fulfill our dreams of tomorrows, and so you left for Korea, leaving a promise that you'll come back, remember that, and marry me. But I want you to know to date that I didn't put so much hope on that promise, afraid of getting disappointed. However, look at us today. We are standing here before each other, together with our loved ones here, proving that distance is not an obstacle, but a strong reminder of how strong true love can be. Proving that although we were both imperfect, yet we have reached this far just because we are held together by our perfect Father. And so what used to be a goodbye hug at the end of each vacation that you will have will transition into the warmest and happiest welcome home hug every day. Langga, I'm truly blessed because I found someone who is E, energetic in the ministry, D, diligent in helping others, S, supportive in my dreams, O, optimistic in every seemingly difficult situation, and N, naturally calm. In short, I'm extraordinarily blessed because I found you, EDSON. And because of that, I promise to give you the J, the joy when your heart is sad. To be the A, to be amiable wife to your friends and family. I promise to be C, to be calm when our sail is at its tempest. To be the E, efficient wife to your and mother to your children. To be L, loyal to you every day. To be L again, logical when under pressure. And to E, endure every trial that may come to us. I promise to be the JACELLE that will celebrate your triumphs when your research paper gets published. And will love you even more when your experiments become a failure. And by the grace of our perfect and infinite Father, I promise to be faithful to you amidst the uncertainties of our future. And finally, I pledge to you today what has always been yours for so long, my eternal love. I love you, God.
Sakit sa tutunlan. Today, I am announcing my declaration of dependence to JACELLE Ray Pancho in this so-called wedding vow. Since the beginning of our love for each other, we have always been exchanging daily vows, right? Be it verbal or even through text and webcam, as what Dad said. And if ever we have even gained like some amount for every exchange vow, like a peso for a vow, we could have already become millionaires. But nevertheless, even though we have not obtained any material possession in our previous business called courtship, here we are, claiming each other in marriage and reaping all the efforts of love we did for each other. The past 7 years, 4 months and 14 days of winning your heart through my efforts, through my time, the money I spend, and all the kinds of efforts and energy you can ever think of, has so far been the best investment I have given or I have risked in nearly 1/3 part of my life that I have lived. But seeing the most profitable results, I am now carrying this investment of loving you for the rest of my life. I may not be very good in business, but mind you, the business of loving you will be an exception of a kind of business I will be good of. You know that I have my shares of imperfections and weaknesses, right? But I will never let them hinder the success of our marriage. Look at my hair. They're losing, right? But having you as my wife, I will always be gaining. My skin has always been this dark. That's why Dad said black and white picture. But with your sweet thoughts and love, I will always glow. You know that I really like to play any types of sports, and my friends know that. But there's only one sport that I couldn't play, and that is to play with your heart. You know that people will observe me as an easy-go-lucky type of guy. But this luck of marrying you, I will never take for granted. Ay, kung sa okay. And many people witness that I'm a sleepyhead. But by providing your needs, I will always be alert. I may be lazy in working out to tone my muscles, but working out for the best of our marriage, I will never slack. I'm not very good in cooking, but putting the right amounts and ingredients and spices in the words that I will tell you will always be palatable and satisfying for you. Sige ito. I may not be good as you in singing, but my carols of admiration for you will be a melody to your heart. I may not have a lot of money, or I may not have a lot of money and material possessions, but with my love, I will make you feel the richest. And lastly, I may not have a very strong and good leadership style, but I will lead this marriage to the ultimate and almighty master and leader, Jesus Christ, who never fails in leadership. My love for you is like the neurotransmitters in the brain. When you feel down and weak, I will be your to give you strength. When it seems that everything is out of control, I will be your to help you manage things. When you feel unappreciated, I will still be your yes, to reward you with your efforts. When you feel anxious, I will be your yes, to calm you down. When you have insomnia for some nights, I will be your to put you to sleep. But when you feel sleepy and tired, I will be your to excite you. When it seems that you're out of the mood, I will be your to cheer you up. And when you feel depressed, I will be your yes, to motivate you. And lastly, when you feel sad, I will be your when you feel sad, I will be your yes, to make you happy again. I will be the buffer to all your excess and insufficiencies. In short, I will complement you. That's why we're perfect for each other. And now, again, I raise this vow to forever we will together be in this life and in the life to come. Gang, nangga, unsa pa nato mga tawagan dira, mag-evolve pag ina siya. Gusto lang nako iingon sa imuhang gihigugma gyud ka pag-ayo sa tibuok dakong kasing-kasing o gunahuna. Mga ayo gyud taw kalimti kini nga saad. Aron nga ang atong paghigugma sa ugusa magapabilin ikaw no maging hanggang sa dulo ng walang hanggan.
So with Christ our love grows more and more until the final day. So with the love we'll celebrate the one who gave his life away. It takes three to make the marriage work, to reveal what only God can do. It takes three to see the Father's love revealed in us. Just the two could never be enough. And although we're committed, when times get tough, we still need the one who's faithful and so true.
I know
it takes me, Jesus, and you.
Pretty little thing with your pretty little dreams. I can see you, I can see you. Passing every day, waiting for a chance to say, I am here too, I am here too. You gotta have some fun, living the sun. You'll never be as young as you are today, as you are today. So do a little dance and take a bigger chance.
Salamat mi una sa tanan sa inyong presensya. Dako kayo kini og factor or tabang nga nahimo nga successful ang among kasal ni JACELLE, nga makita namo ang inyong suporta, margin na ang among gihandom, nga makita namo ang among mga mahal sa kinabuhi, among mga amigo, among mga ginikanan, nga magiguba namo sa among big day, which is our wedding day. And I'd like to give everyone a loud applause for all of us for coming here, please. Okay, thank you so much. And aduna pa yung mga tao nga naghatag og dako kay nga tabang nga mahimong successful ning program, kung wala man gani sila sa o wala sila ni tabang kanamo, dili kini mahimong pareho nga nindot sa atong okasyon o kani nga place karong kagabion. So first of all, magpasalamat mi sa mga sponsors, mga friends and relatives nga nag-abot dili karon. Yes, your presence is more than enough to make this occasion a great success. Ikaduha, ang among mga ginikanan, mama, papa, si Auntie Becky, o si Uncle Rick, nga nag-ari diri, nahimong nag-stand as parent ni JACELLE. O ang mama ni JACELLE, si Mama Jackie, mama na po din ako, nga naakar sa Malaysia. Salamat kayo sa imong suporta, bisan dili ka wala ka naka-attend din karon, hinaot nga kani nga mensahe makaabot nimo. So hope to see you soon in a few days. Okay? Sunod, kang mama yun din magpapaudong, special mention ni sila kay later on mamalanin yung special mention. I mean, when it comes to the souvenirs, ako kiniktabang sa souvenirs. Then we have also Ate Ipi, Ate Jimay, Uncle Tata, Ate Chona, Ate Nickins. O ini sila ang accommodation committee namo dinhi sa Iligan. Kabalo mo nga dili jud may diri taga diri sa Iligan, apan inyong iablihan ang inyong panimalay nga i-welcome ang mga relatives. Salamat jud kaayo na-lessen among gasto sa accommodation tungod sa inyong dako nga tabang sa accommodation pa lang yun. Okay, salamat. Okay, sa among pinagkusgan nga mga mag-igsuon na diri nga side, sila Rizal, ang pinakakusgan nga driver, ang iyang South Nicong yung pinakadakong supporter, si Matmat, si RJ, si Landolf, o uban pa nga mga kauban sa Revive. Grabe yung kayo nagtabang sa invitations and all the drivings and everything pag-set up sa mga tables. So, you deserve our acknowledgement. Sa ako pong mga uncles and aunties, especially Tita Angga, nag-abot diri, nga gikabagin siya dito sa laing nasod, ng anhin diri ang nga makik-celebrate ka namo. Sa Katito Eric, Tita Susan, wala man po sila diri. Pandago kayong tabang sa akong mga uncles and aunties sa Tigala side, sa Gonzales side, salamat kaayo, sa Noval side, sa Visera, gikan sa Cebu, sa Pagadian, and also the Panchos, gikan po sa Pagadian. Salamat jud kaayo sa inyong pag-attend sa among wedding. Sa among Kakuya Nondon o Ate Riza Estocada, wala ko kailan niya. ako silang gusto i-acknowledge, niabot diri ang ilang gipalit nga sanina. Mao kini akong gisulot karon gikan sa Korea. Salamat kaayo sa akong mga amigo o amiga sa Korea na diri si Saysay o si JACELLE. Dako po kayo na sila tabang sa preparations. Naghatag ako ng advice and everything. And sa akong professor, you know nga estudyante ko, akong professor ay ang ala si Professor Chan Yang Shin. Isa siya ng Korean. Nakukog kini siya tabang sa akong pag-eskwela o sa pag-sponsor na ko diri sa gasto. You know nga, dili po lali magpakasal, no? Pandako yung siya factor sa akong mga friends dito sa Korea. And Mr. and Mrs. Polat siya, Yandel family, Yun family, Chris and Darren. Wala sila diri at dako po kayo sa contribution sa mga kasal. At i-chay ang kay EDSON for the photo booth. Nag-enjoy mo sa photo booth? That is sponsored by Kuya EDSON and Ati Chai Cha akong sangay. And they will be getting married on the 28th, right? Okay. And we also have Lois for accompanying JACELLE dito sa CDO. For Ate May, nakita niyo diri, nindot kayo na dessert buffet. You will taste it later. And also, ang friend ni JACELLE nga, ni Jesha Bim, mo nag-sponsor sa among wedding cake. And then to Dads, Moms, and Gian, for spending your precious time diri sa amo ang akong officiating minister si Pastor Ligario. Salamat kayo, Dads. Grabe ka, personalized message. As in, dahil ito na magalimtan. Sa kang Kim Visera na amo ang last minute pianist. Salamat yung kayo, Kim. Asa si Kim? At Ladiri, salamat Kim. Igaga ni JACELLE. And kang artist yung Chiboy, ang itong pinakadancing nga MCs karon. And kang Ma'am Mimi, siya yun mismo ang namunay pag-coordinate. Tara dito, murag. Gutom na ka, Ma'am? Kaanat na naman. Yes, unta nga. Ikaw na po'y sunod kas nun, Ma'am. And of course, to the Revite family ni JACELLE. Nag-enjoy kita, di ba, sa pinaka-maanindot nga music karong kagabion. Yes, ang inyong ipakita nga gisyo nga talent, murag, dili gyud kabayran, pero libre ba to? Libre ra? Bantay ha? Okay. Sige. Sa akong mga abay, the circle of friends, groomsmen, and bridesmaids, nag-absent sa work, nag-leave sa ilang mga studies, na mga nag-doktor, na ay mga negosyante, ilang yung sakripisyo tanan ang mga klase, bisag bagyo, basta kayo mag-abot lang diri. Okay? And I'm sure many of us, ang atong mga attendees karon, salamat kaayo. Auntie Bibi and Uncle Rodel, sadly wala sila naka-ready, but ako yung guys nagtabang sa preparation sa mga papers. And si Kuya Mario Ong, na siya dito, member sa Revite, for asking permission to the Kanawai Church. Kabalo ba mo, kami ang pinakauna gikasal atong kasimbahan, ang Kanawai Church. So, diba? Very, benamano siya. And also, lastly here, we have Ma'am Jobet, nga maka-off mid-duty for the wedding preparation and sponsoring katong carriage nga nahimog nurang nasikat dito sa Iligan kadali. And also we have our suppliers and photographers. We will see the results later. We're very excited for this. The accommodation of the diri sa Frosty Bike. Salamat kayo sa inyong serbisyo. And then we also have Dimple sa pag-MC na mo ganina sa mga ceremony dito sa church. And Danson, special mention ako akong best man. Salamat kay Brad. Available na siya? Sige, pangitan na diha. Okay, dili na akong mention tanan, but salamat yun kaayo. I mean, sample dudong ko di ay, nag-grab sample tata. And every one of us who have come here, singers, your presence alone is more than enough. Thank you, and let's enjoy the night.
I am Edson's friend, JACELLE's friend, and your friend also. Okay, alright, there will come a time when you will find someone. Isn't that right? There will come a time for each of us where we find that special someone. That's right? Di ba, boy? A person who cares and who will care for you. A person who understands you. A person who will be there for you no matter what. For EDSON, there you go, David. For EDSON, that time was about 7 years ago when he met me. Love story din. Truly, it is a great honor for me to be here in front of you this evening. And a privilege also. And an honor and a privilege for EDSON also here this evening. Because finally, for the very first time, he is admitting to every one of you that I am indeed the best man. I would also like to remember this moment, not only because this is my first ever best man moment, but also the start of my best man career. To those interested of, hiring me as their best man, please approach my good friend over there, Wilmore John Cartagenas, and he will give you and reserve for you the schedules of your weddings if ever you would invite me. Let me also thank my friends. Where's my COF? Raise your hand, please. We have from Cagayan Park Hotel. We have from Bohol, from Manila, Masbate. They come from far and near. It's amazing how far we have traveled for a free meal this evening. Thank you, Kof, for coming. I have been asking and consulting my friends and those of the elder people, katong naguna-una o best man sa kuha, and I have been telling them, asking them, unsay trabaho ng best man, Kul, unsay trabaho ng best man, hindi ko mabalo saon. They said, ingon sila na, Dong, ang kanang best man, mao na siyang tao na magtindog kilid sa groom. Tama yun, karong kapuna, nagtanaw, nagtindog og kilid sa groom. Mao na siyang tao daw, ingon nila na magtindog kilid sa groom sa iyang kasal. Unya magunahuna dayon na siya, magunahuna. Kanusa pud ka ako kasal? Kinsa pud ka ako naminyo, Ingana pud ka kagwapa, Ana ba? Unya, kinsa pud ka ako masawa? Ingana na ko tanga. Mao na siyang best man. And then I asked some more mga friends. Ingko nila na, unsa pang baton kung ipag-give ko speech, if ever I would give a speech, what would I say? Unsa wala ko kanang isulti? Ingon na, they said, kanang isulti daw ng mga ex. Alaka! Hindi, naminaw ka. Mga ex daw, magsulti daw. Ipanghisgutan daw na siyang ex sa kanang best man speech. Nakatano ko rin sa hisgutan pa ng ex. Siya na, ayaw na lang ayaw kay ex. Di na lang. So, ikaw na, ikaw, okay naman ako. I mean, akong speech, pero namaynusan akong speech of mga 3 seconds. Pero okay na. Okay na. Alright. Moving on. Before I go to their official love story, let me let me tell you how we met, EDSON and I. It was a wonderful morning. We officially met at MVC during our first year college. Kami doon, nag-enroll mo dito. He is from high school sa IVA, Leyte, and then I'm from EVA sa Cebu. So nag-meet me dito sa college. EDSON here was the brilliant, calm, guapo, tanawa. Direct your eyes, please. Calm, guapo, o grabe ka-achiever na bata. Ako, on the other hand, ako ang sports-minded. Kalit lang. Alright.
Papusan.
Go. Salamat. Well, to make the short story shorter, Edson and I, we became very good friends. We do a lot of things together with the barkada, with the friends. Like playing sports, usual na pala play war games between Scourge and Sentinel, may ana na sports. Studying, the study put me together, group study. Mag-study put me mga patterns, mga difficult na mga abstract na mga concepts ng listed patterns, anatomy and physiology, agility, strength, intelligence, of mga extraordinary virtual characters with extraordinary special skills and abilities. Level 6 ulit ba? Okay. So, well, so much about us. Let us go to my main presentation. EDSON and JACELLE, I tried very hard mag-himog presentation. I call it the love-shology, going from the word pathophysiology, a version of how it happened. Natin mga risk factors, as you can see.
This presentation.
Say lang din. Be ready. Okay? Asan si Mama si Tito? Later na ang questions, Mama. Ang age, 25 years old. 25 to 26, di ba? 25 years old. According to Erickson's psychosocial theory, Erik Erikson is a psychologist, ang conflict here, intimacy versus isolation. Either, the big question is, will I be loved? Kapag kayo magigugman ako? Or, will I be alone? Mag-inusara ako. May gugma ba ako pareha nilang JACELLE o mag-inusara ako na magsuti di pareha ako? Gana ng mga hugot. Okay, moving on. The basic virtue of Erik Erikson's theory is love, of course. So, with that, EDSON and JACELLE are in love. You know? They have gone through the distance, beyond distance. Ang love nila, it conquered distance, nautical miles. And then, next please. Talents, mga talents. Kang EDSON siya. Nasa sa mga gymnastics, dancing, eating, cooking, sleeping, acting, etc. Ang talent, I looked it up in some Merriam-Webster's. Simple definition of talent, a special ability that allows someone to do something really, really well. And EDSON does a lot of things really, really well. So, he is talented. Next, please. One isa sa mga talents na EDSON. Kanina nag-rehearse siya sa iyang role in the drama Dudong ang Kubeterong Kuha. Napos siya meditation techniques na ni EDSON that have influenced a lot during college. Muna na, dagan nagsunod sa iyong mga techniques. Na-mention na ni Dads kanina. Before Sai, there was this guy, EDSON lang. Muna yung mga special talents and abilities. Next, please. This is a very sentimental moment. This is a multi-million talent show that few have seen only. So, one of the talents ni EDSON. Muna siya si Sai, before ni Alden, muna sila. While doing the Minute Maid photo shoot, si Bambo, nakisawsaw si Bambo, nag-photo Bambo siya. Yan ay tagay at pagkito. Alright, during the Misha promotion, Misha also for men. Good looks and charm. Ano po na siya mo sa X Factor. Look at that. Okay, now, with all those risk factors, come this picture. Kitay, this picture is really significant. Clap your hands, everybody. Sa katong wala nakarelate, Dad's mentioned a while ago na the first step no? The first principle, Malingon Falls. This is at Malingon Falls. Ano siyang naong ni Asing, sa Malaysia. Ni JACELLE sa Malingon Falls. Si EDSON kadala sa iyang bag. This is the picture that we spent, after this event, we spent the night browsing through the pictures. Nakaan mo kasi sila kuyo-kuyo. Iingon mo sa mga barkada, Brad, hindi man ninyo. EDSON, JACELLE, pwede kayo. Ablihan mo mga mata, Brad. Ablihan mo mga mata ba? Little that we know that it did not only open his eyes, but also his heart. No? Nga after spread. Pasensya na boy. After there were frequent exchanges of text messages, hanging out together, mga calls at night, surprises on special occasions. In nursing school, these are our special occasions. Valentine's, na yung midterm exams, dapat may kanang kuan, final exams, mga special occasions. Yes, best wishes to EDSON and JACELLE. And you have truly inspired me personally, and inspired us as well, of how your love conquered all, and have led you to this moment. And this is to EDSON and JACELLE. Indeed, there is Nagi forever, no? To EDSON and JACELLE.
A family of 4 or 5 or 6. This is just a bit. 6. Okay. Atong palamayon na nilang mga utok na kanang murag kanang sticky jud siguro kay brilliant according to brilliant. Ato ang pasanayon. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Good evening to everyone.
Good evening now, guys.
So, naman na.
Wala may energy.
Okay, nabusog na. Most of all, I thank God for the success of this meeting of my... Most of all, I thank God for the success of this meeting of the only begotten Son. Wala na sila magsuon, yung elder sister, kaugana mo. Nalibay ko nga part na mo sa family si JACELLE, di ba na akong anak. Inawat na mo sa party yun nga akong inawat si JACELLE as member sa akong family. A big family, Gonzales family. Ini ang magani nila halos na nagkiniya sa Mindanao. Sila halos na Gonzales family o pilalan sa kami rin nabili dito sa ilang lugar na natawag sa Acacia, Maastin, Southern Leyte. Ako may sola po sikat sa Cebu. I can't express my happiness tonight that meaning akong na-witness na sa ka nindot ang ilahang wedding. Ako yung pasalamatan na po ang effort, time, money, and effort may gigahin. May JACELLE mismo, kasi siya mag-ini gahigay na na, kauman siya mga friends. Kami lang yung basic na may text, prayer, amon, nabaws na na ako na kanunay na matabang. O ang akong anak ko, nalikamot ko dito sa Korea para makapadala po financially hatlag na mga ganastuhan para ihatag niya na budget financially support ka isya. O kung ganyan na occasion para ganyan sa ila. So, higin ni may mong successful ko dili pinagi sa databang sa Ginoo. Sa nalimay kay kong ko, kauban sa mga kapamilya diri, kapuso o mga kapatid. Di ana kasaksi yun. Unsa kanindot ang maong nga wedding kay ever since wa ko attend ang wedding nga sama ni ini modesty aside kay gahapon gani may wedding sa iyang kasi dito sa Maasin Church pero imo iyahan na lang tag patigayon kay to akong anak po kaskon sa Iligan City kung wa gini ang napili nga lugar na pinakanindot nga lugar na diin pabor sa tanan na. Second year pa sila, 2008. Allow me to tell you this experiencing kung anong ayon sa pagsulod anak na bahin na butana kay ma-disturbo ka o ano yung pag-espela, langan ka niya o makahatag na din mo kasamo kung magsulod ka na butana niya siya. Depende. So, na yung mga kapitali o na mauna, ano nagsulod anak nga sa kabutangan, nag-eskwela pa, pero wala. I-prove yun nila mga EDSON nga digyan man sila magbalda sa ilang relasyon. Nga naman, sa graduation day, both of them na hindi sila successful kay nakadawat sila o award na ihatag sa Ginoo kanila as magna cum laude.
Okay, mapag-EDSON.
So,
Basta-basta.
prove na wag maapektahi ang ilahang relasyon sa ilahang pag-eskwela. Ato tayo mo sila successful o si Edson dito na sa Korea ipadala sa Ginoo na kayo po. They really meet each other. O amo na po na feel mo sa kasuod na mo sa JACELLE. Ganyan nakabisita siya na mo. Nakasuod siya na mo sa among kapobre dito sa Acacia Maasin last year. O wala mi amo na nagidarwat ka sila yung nagikapo ka desisyon na karon nagiusa na sila o usa na sila ka magtiayon nga na ka-witness kita ang Ginoo nalangin ka nila o ang prayer kanunay mo lang amo igatag ka nila kanunay nga amo i-offer sa lagyo mi kay matod pang JACELLE at pray kay naluoy mo na sahay man ang effort igugol niya diri sa paglihok yung mga sige lang, ang prayer lang yun ninyo, ano din mo, rin akong pangayo, akong pangayo din mo. So, mauna maigsuot na mga kigalaan, mga kapalindihan, ay mong successful lang yung kasalan mo o dagpong naman sa ginulabas na sa pag-suporta na ito tanan, daghang salamat sa inyong magtango o ang Ginoo magapanalangin sa tanan. Hindi na sa pag-o magtiali.
Psalm 37:4, it says, "Delight thyself also in the Lord, and He shall give thee the desires of thine heart." So, ako na yun ngayon sa inyo ha. Pag ginutoan, magbinutan mo duha, bilang mag-iayon. Kaya kung sa inyong plano sa inyong journey as a couple, the Lord will give the desires of your heart. So, congratulations and God bless.
Together now, to have it all. You don't have to have it all together now, to have it all. So pick up all your pieces, put them in your pockets. You can take off like a lovely little rocket. You can fly, 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 fly. All together now.
I don't have much to tell you or advise to you regarding relationships since you know naman. But, of course, as a human being, experience mo natin na to. But then, this evening, I'm just going to give you a very simple message, and I'm talking in a language of science, which I guess you could well relate to.
kanimo gud sila mga achievers ni sila, no? So, back in college, they are mga top-notchers sa chemistry, no? So, I'll be talking about simple principle in science. You know, life is not without problems, di ba? So, daghan daghang problema, and we're so happy as your friends na finally you ended up together. Bisag pa sa kadaghan mga bako-bako, mga naagya rin sa una, we're very happy to see you together now in each other's embrace. Now, the principle I'm gonna share with you related sa science, basically sa mga chemicals, is the acid and the base. No? We know that acids and bases are two different substances. No? They have their own properties. They are different in their own ways. So, gusto na mo ikunana mo, we know you are different in your own ways, no? Damo ka mo mga differences. But you know, marriage life, the success of marriage does not only depend sa mga similarities, but you know, sometimes marriage, becomes also successful with differences and sa mga variations. Now, when acids and bases actually combine, they neutralize and they form salt. No, ga-form sila sa salt. So, talking about salt, the very common salt we have is the table salt, which is sodium and chloride. So that principle alone, the bonding of sodium and chloride, EDSON and JACELLE, is very intimate. No? That wherever sodium goes, chloride follows. That's the basic principle. So bisag unsa pa differences ninyo, positive, negative, where EDSON goes, JACELLE follows, or vice versa. So nobody leaves anyone behind. Kauban gud pirmi through thick and thin. So mura na siguro na ako sa inyo as a friend and as a representative. So,
Father God, we give back the glory, the honor to your name because of the successful ceremony that we have conducted and celebrated with EDSON and JACELLE. And now, O Lord, may everything that you have prayed for, the joy that this festivity have given us, will be theirs forever, as well as with us, as we will continue to celebrate their love with them every day, as participants, not just for this day, not just for tonight, but every day in their lives as well. Grant us peace, grant us the rest which we need also tonight, and protection as we leave this beautiful hall, going back to our respective places of abode. And may, as you have promised, you will continue to bless EDSON and JACELLE together, now and forevermore. We claim this in Jesus' name. Amen.